Hey, what's up, people? My name's Ivan Contreras, as of you would know. Today's Sunday. I'm chilling at the house, watching a little football. My family went to the baseball game. They went to watch Padres, and I didn't really want to go. Um, yeah, this is a vlog of my life. So if anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Put it on the comments. Um, all I can tell you is I do live in Tecate, not by choice, sadly. Um, I'm barely getting, I don't even know how I set this up. Somehow, some way, I've been trying, and it finally worked. Um, you know, Lately I have been having a lot of problems with my wife. Um, you can say, oh, all kinds of couples do and this and that, but you guys don't even understand what kind of problems I've been having. It's not normal problems that people have. um yeah. um Sadly, I know this is going to come to an end here. A lot of you have probably seen, you know videos, I guess, that she be posting on the dark net, or dark web, whatever the hell that is. I don't bother with that. If you guys want to entertain yourselves with that, go ahead. Um, yeah. Um, Sad to say, I will say that, a lot of this, the first video that she recorded of me or whatever, it's it's all it's all a scam. It's all a scam to justify what she's doing. Taking my money, basically. This is what that is. Between her and my son, Junior. Um, that first video she made when I was yelling at her and stuff, that whole week, she was, her and my son were putting some sort of drugs in the water I was drinking because I was staying up for long amounts of time. And I'll say I don't do any hardcore drugs. I did smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed in months. But anyways, yeah, I was coming home, and they were putting this, whatever it was, in my drink, in my water. And it's funny because, they would tell me, hey, there's water in the fridge, and there I go like a dumbass and drinking the water. Anyways, um, yeah. So drank the water, and each day my wife would um, give me some shit about something, to try to get me to flare up. And finally, she got that. She got it out of me, and you know, she got me to tell her and yell at her, and I can't really say she got me to it. The only reason I say it is because they did they threw something in my drink, and you know, I acted how I acted. I'll admit to it, and that's the end of it I can say about that. But um, I will say, you know, it saddens me that she was able to get my son to do this shit, and he, to satisfy her or whatever. She had her ways of convincing him, and showing him the way, and whatever, you know. And yeah, at this point, you know, she's been literally, we go out to eat anywhere, and I don't know how she does it. I don't, like I said, I don't fuck with the internet. I don't mess with the internet that much. I don't care for it. Entertainment, whatever. That's everybody else's, I guess, not mine. Um, she is contacting people, wherever it is we go. Either we go eat menudo, either we go eat tacos, either we go eat hamburgers. She's contacting these people, giving them money, and having them put shit in my food, basically. Because every time I go and eat, I fucking feel like, and it's insane. Um, I get stomach aches. My kidneys start hurting, and it's sad. It's sad for them for what they're doing and the way they're trying to justify this. And all the time, every time we get into an argument, she gives me the whole fucking karma's a bitch, and you're gonna get cancer or some shit. If I don't have it already, it's by the grace of God. But if I do, I mean, it's her. It's totally her. It's she thinks she can justify it, but I know she's buying shit on the internet and disgusting shit, I guess. But she's doing whatever it is she needs to do because I've already found out all kinds of shit she's been doing. First off, it's been years since we've gotten our money and she didn't tell me about it. And she's been hiding that from me forever, basically. I had left her back in July of last year, and I I went to Las Vegas. I went to Las Vegas. My parents were like, "Oh, come with us," and I went. I went to Las Vegas. I stayed with my parents. Little did I know, my parents were doing the same shit. My parents have been taking money from me, and not to mention everybody in the family, basically. So, yeah, that tells you what kind of shit they're trying to pull, and why they're pulling it. And I have to say, I haven't touched a penny of the money that belongs to me because she's been hiding it from me. So have my parents. My parents are going to Cancun every year. They got a timeshare out there. They go with their friends. They go have a blast. And all in the meanwhile, I got my wife and everybody, my wife and my parents telling me that what's wrong with me, keeping me on some guilt trip, you know. And this is all they've been doing all these years, telling me that I'm a very bad person, causing situations and making me think about myself and making me think that I was a bad person. And now I see why, because they've been using all this money. They've been getting money. The way they did it, from what I can understand and all the information I have gotten by myself, investigating myself, they somehow said that I was sick and I wasn't able to handle whatever, the money, that belongs to me. So they were able to have access to the money this way. Who went and got so a person, I'm guessing a person had to go to to so they can see that I was sick, or whatever the case was. They told these people. So somebody went. They came up with the conclusion that, okay, this person is sick, or whatever the case is. And I wouldn't doubt my wife paid somebody to get this to go through, and whatever. But yeah, and I'm sure I'm sure that happened, and that's what it seems to me like they did. Because now, right now, like, all she wants me to do is to, like, I've been running daily and trying, and I don't know what she's been throwing in the food, the oil. Like, it's like I'm hungry all the fucking time. I can't eat nothing here because I know there's something in it, and it's like I'm hungry left and right, left and right. Right after I eat, I'm hungry again, and I never had that happen. Well, anyways, sorry to jump, but I went to Vegas and thinking that my parents would help me out, but they didn't. All they wanted to do basically was get me sick also. I don't know what they were giving me also that, they didn't want me to exercise. That was one. My parents took away my gym key from the complex we lived at, the houses, and they had a little gym there for the whole community, and it's a home community, their houses, like condos or something. But anyways, yeah, they didn't want me to go into the gym. Basically, they wanted me to gain weight, and I don't know why. Um, and I think, well, now I see why, because when I left, before I left, the same thing started happening. I felt the whole hungry thing, but it wasn't as bad as it is now here. But anyways, yeah, I came to find out that they weren't trying to help me at all. You know, they knew that I was going to be pissed if I found out what they were doing. My uncles were also living uh, out there in Vegas in their own apartment. When I moved out there, they moved out of the apartment. It's like almost they were scared or something like, but so they moved in with my parents. Basically, they ended up kicking me out at the end. I ended up living in a van. I was out in Vegas living in a freaking van and shit for months, about 4 months or something like that, 3 4 months, and that's what happened. My uncles moved into the room. My nephew moved into the room I had, and I wouldn't doubt that the house they had there, it was bought with my money. And yeah, my uncle, brand new truck, got himself a motorcycle, jet skis, and like it's ridiculous. It's just wasting money, my money. And yeah, even the job I had out there, I was doing good until I started talking to my wife again, and that was the biggest mistake ever because the shit just went down fucking hill after I started talking to her. That's my fault, you know. Um, she gave me a whole guilt trip, when I was out there, of how her grandfather was dying and this and that, and I mean for days, and I guess it was just part of her plan, and my stupid ass fell for it again. And I told her, hey, I'll move back, and I don't want you to feel that way. Her grandpa's fine now. Nothing wrong with him. There was nothing wrong with him in the first place. They did take him to the hospital just because of the fact that she told me something about her grandpa, and when she found out that I was coming down, she had to make it reality. So he went for a checkup or whatever the case was. And this is how she handles shit. This is what she does. She moves shit. But anyways, yeah, that's how it happened. And well, yeah, I ended up leaving Vegas. I came back over here because in Vegas, um, yeah, my coworkers started messing with me. You know, um, with work. The office people, and they were like, oh, go to this place. They need this. I do maintenance. That's what I do for work. And there was a trailer park. That's what I worked at. And I would go to somebody's house to do maintenance, and next thing you know, my tools are disappearing. Stuff is being broken inside within the office. Doors are being broken, doorknobs and stuff like that. And it was all the employee there, the guy that lived there. He was doing it. All because my wife wanted me to quit that job, basically. To come back over here. And basically, over here, I think all she wanted to do is fucking get rid of me and shit, basically, because I knew what was going on. But I came, and I've been finding out even more stuff out here, which is not helping because it's only adding to the bullshit, and she's just, wanting to get rid of me even more now. Um, so, yeah, I don't know what she does on that dark web shit. It almost seems because I get mad. I live in Mexico and I get mad dogged over here by people every fucking day. I walk everywhere. When I was in Vegas, I had my Mustang. She got that shit towed. Um, I had almost paid it off. I needed like $8,000 more or some shit like that, and um, I had almost paid it off, and I ended up letting it go because I didn't want anything to do with her in a way. But at the same time, I thought I was paying payments. Little did I know she had already paid for it. From the get go, I was paying her the fucking money. You know, um, little did I know, and I was paying double whatever the fuck the car was worth. And like I said, I was gonna let it go. It was funny because when I told her this, like then nobody was gonna tow the truck until the car until she had it towed. She had a company go out there look for me wherever I was because I didn't tell her where I was working, and she had it towed. And she's keeping it somewhere right now. I don't know where it's at because she had paid for it already. And that's yeah, that's the type of person she is. She'll backstab you in a second. It doesn't matter now. Me being her husband doesn't mean shit no more. She can play the whole family thing, and I love my husband, this and that, and he's an asshole. But that's not the case. I'm not an asshole. If anybody, where places I've worked, I've been nothing but nice to the people, like the nicest. Anyways, yeah. Like I said, I don't have a car here. She wants me to stay here because she don't want, she doesn't want me going to the U.S. We're right at the border. I live in Tecate, Baja California, and um, every day it's almost like she wants to sneak out with the kids to go to, take the kids to school and go to work. Her go to work and keep me asleep and shit. Like, so I won't go over there and basically turn her in. But it's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. Like I said, I, people can judge me or whatever. Oh, with the whole internet thing, like I said, out here, I go out and people dog me every day. I don't care, because I know she's probably making shit up on the internet every single day to try to make me look like an asshole so they can keep helping her and shit. And that's probably what she's doing. And she can continue to do it. I don't care. It's gonna end sooner or later here, either by me getting a divorce. But I think at the end of the day, she's just stealing my money now, and she's probably gonna hide it through cryptocurrency or something, and then have me get a divorce, and then take half of whatever the fuck is left, and that's the type of fucking snake she is and shit. So, and that's it. Um, it saddens me, but that's the type of person she is. She considers herself a little angel or whatever the hell and shit. People can consider her the same. I don't care. You know, it's not that I don't care about people. I do care about people a lot. I'm a person that helps a lot. My grandfather was the same way, always bringing in people to his home. He always, he lived here in Tecate before he died, and he had a lot of rooms next to his house, that he would provide for people that would come from out of town and stuff. And then, they would people would send him with my grandfather. Oh, so and so, let you stay there while you get settled. And he would, and people were good to him. Some people were not. It happens. And that's just the way it works. And I saw this growing up, and I'm I like people just like my grandfather does. Um, but yeah, you know, this is just the way it is for me now. Um, Sadly, I'm stuck over here with no car, and recently she was like, oh, I'm going to buy you a $700 car, so you can get around town here. And I'm like sitting there like, the fuck you think you're just going to run my life? Like, you're crazy. But anyways, yeah, her way of, being able to get this money is to say that I was sick. And she's been making shit up to the people wherever the hell she's getting the money at, and she's making shit up to them, to basically build a case, for herself and shit, to make herself look good at the end of the day. I will say, she has sent people when I was working in the US back in the days before I knew all this shit was going on. When I was doing maintenance, she would send girls to, get me to, mess with them. And sadly, they would take pictures with me and this and that. And first off, like, it's funny how it all worked. Like, we would get into arguments and I would leave for days. I would go sleep in my car because I didn't want to deal with her, because she was nothing but drama. And I figured, okay, one of these days she's going to get me in trouble here in Mexico, and you don't fuck around with jails in Mexico and shit. So I didn't want to fuck around, so I would leave, and I would rather be out. And I would try to meet somebody else. Really, I've been trying to leave her for years. Like, it's been hectic, crazy. And yeah. And so yeah, I would leave, and wherever I was working, some girl was always trying to get at me and shit. And little did I know that they knew that I had money, and that's why they were trying to get at me, I guess. But anyways, I think she was paying these people to get at me and start something with me, and that way she can have a case for that and say, "Oh, well, he was cheating, and he was cheating. I got pictures, and I got this, I got that," which she probably does, and she did it a couple times, and I stopped messing with the people because I found out, like, okay, this person is super fake. Like, they were just fake as shit, and I just didn't, I didn't want to be with them and shit. It's like, I don't want to go, you know, from bad to worse, you can say, is so. I ended up, whenever I dated one of these persons, I ended up dumping them because it was just not right. You know, it was something just wasn't right, and that's just the way that was. She can call me a cheater, whatever the hell, but she's the one that planned all that shit. Um, and that's that. I will say I have been stupid. Sadly, she has been, manipulating me ever since, basically, ever since I've known her. I can say she's tried to run my life. Um, I'll say, one of the things she did was not let me pay any type of bills. Not let me, and any type of bills like that. Oh, you need this, I'll get it for you. You need that, I'll get it for you. Oh, you need to do this, you need to do your taxes, I got you. All to keep me incapable of doing all these things. That way I can feel shit, like I'm a shit fucking person that can't do shit and I can't go nowhere. And she'll keep me boxed in, that's basically it. And she has succeeded. It does work, sadly. And I hope, people aren't watching this to fucking do this shit to somebody, because this shit ain't cool. You guys don't even know half the shit I've fucking gone through. Most men would have killed themselves already with the shit that I've gone through. Luckily I got a strong mind, and I just keep on going and shit. And, you know, this is not no joke. I wouldn't wish this shit on nobody. All the shit I've been through, for her to do all this shit that she has done to get where she has gotten, all the shit she has done, and nobody else would have put up with it and shit. Really, I hung in there for my kids, which was the biggest mistake ever and shit. So I urge people, if you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I want to do it for my kids," don't do it for your kids. Get the fuck out. It's not worth it. I'm sad to say, and not for the kids. It's just not worth it for yourself. You're gonna go fucking crazy mentally. This person, everything, like I said, everything I've gone through, like, it's fucking insane and shit, and still going through it. It's still happening. It's still going on. And she's like, whatever, she don't give a fuck. I'm the biggest fucking cuckold in San Diego you could fucking say and shit. With that, I tell you everything. um it's and I don't care. I don't care about her. I don't care about, everything she's still doing and shit. I'm not trying to clear my name. um that this doesn't, it doesn't bother me a lot, because sadly I know to her it's fucking entertainment. It's entertainment and she's gonna keep trying to make herself look good and make me look bad. Every fucking other week, she wants to get into a fight and record me fucking giving her shit, calling her a piece of shit, and I do because like I told her, I call it like it is. If the color's red, I'm gonna call it red. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, dude. That's sad to say. Sorry, but it is what it is. And that's it. I can't do anything else. I'm stuck in a very bad position. I've tried to get lawyers and shit to try to help me, and that hasn't really worked. Of course, everybody wants money, and if I can't get a hold of this money, I can't get fucking a lawyer. And that's where I'm at right now, still up to this date. I don't know where she's getting the money from. If she has wasted it all, you know, I don't know. She's probably turning it into crypto. I'm almost sure of that, and that's where we're at. With this. Um, yeah, she makes it seem, oh, we've been going to the beach lately because I still gotta live. I still have a life to live. I can't sit here every fucking day. Yeah, you can say, oh, you could have gone to the game today, Padre game where they're at and shit at the moment, but no, that all has to do with something, and I can't buy into it, and I just can't. So I did not go. I do go to the beach. Her sister, she'll go with her. She's like a leech. Sad to say, I got nothing against her really, but she's helping her out. So she has to have somebody to prove that I'm doing this from me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna go and get a lawyer and probably sue for her not telling me what was going on with the money and all this shit. And she's making it seem like I knew all this. You know what I mean? So it's that's how she's gonna try to make it seem and let the people see, that that's how it is and that's how it's going on, like, oh, he knew to not make herself look bad when in the end I fucking didn't. I didn't know shit about this money, I let some of these lawyers know and stuff, and I don't know what they did with that. I'm almost sure they called her up and fucking threatened her, blackmail her, like, hey, you want this shit to disappear and shit. You better give up some money, because that's what it's all about nowadays. There's no honest people, sadly. Very few, and I'm sure that's the case. And yeah, like I said, I contacted a bunch of lawyers, and who knows? They, of course, they wanted money. Some of them sounded like of course they're gonna make me the disgusting one for the video and all that shit and whatever, dude. Whatever. It's you like that entertainment, whatever. Like, I'm just telling it like it is. Like I said, she was throwing shit in my water and trying to make me to flare up, and she got it, and I fucked up and whatever. But yeah, it's that's what it is. I'm not here to cry about anything. It's like I said, this blog is my life and the things that have gone on. The people I can't trust no more. I don't have no family, I can almost say. Two cousins. Nobody tries to reach me. Nobody tries nothing. And when I reach out to them, like my brothers and stuff, back then, right now, nobody wants to talk to me because they know I might say something, about what's going on and shit. Because they've all been getting money except for me. And so, before, like my sister, I would call her, my brother, I would call them, and they would both be like, oh man, why are you such a stranger? The guilt trip right away. Like, what's up? Why, damn, it's about time you call somebody, like, and always with the guilt trip, just like my wife. Everything's a guilt. Oh, the kids, oh, the kids, and everything has just always been a guilt trip with these people. And that's the way they try to keep me in line, for me thinking about my money and all that. And that's what they were doing, giving me guilt trips, and me not knowing how can I work against my whole family, one person against everybody. It's just not going to happen. It's hard. Like I said, luckily I have a very strong mindset. Luckily, I got a heart and a heart of gold, and I know there's a woman out there that's going to get it, and she will be the one to tell everybody, who I was, because this person I'm married to right now is not a nice person, and she's been fooling everybody, all of you. She's been fooling everybody on on everything. And like I said, from now, I think, for now, I think she's been just writing shit on that dark web shit or whatever it is she does, Reddit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't buy into it. I don't care about it. I know me, and that's all I need to know. And um, and she's probably doing it on a daily basis. Probably lying, talking about screaming at her, something. I don't know, something. I'm sure it's on a daily basis because she has to keep that shit alive to justify what she's doing. And if I end up dying, this is her whole justification also, to for people to be like, well, fuck, he's an asshole. He was a dick. He deserved it and shit. Which I don't. That I will defend. I do not. I'm not an asshole. I'm a very nice person. Anybody else besides her that has met me, has always told me I'm a very nice person. Too fucking nice. And as a matter of fact, that's why people take advantage of me. People like my family side very easily to take advantage of me, and this is what's going on. And that's it. My nose, I got those breathe rides. I need surgery. I need, I have a deviated septum, and nothing has happened. I haven't. Um, nobody, nobody has broken my nose. I've gone to a fight or anything. Um, but yeah, but yeah, this is my story. This is the thing that's happening now. She's trying to justify what she's doing, and like I said, if I get sick, it's not because I deserved it. It's because she somehow got me sick, by feeding me something, and that's it. Hopefully next time I do one of these, I'm not even here. Hopefully I'm living somewhere else or staying somewhere else, whichever the case is. Because I really need to get the hell out of here, truthfully. Another thing, I think, I don't know if she's giving me this drugs or whatever and shit. Like I said, every time we go eat, something, it's got something and shit. And I'm sure wherever it is, I gotta go find this money. I'm sure from what I've kind of figured, like what she's doing and stuff and why, I feel like they're gonna do a drug test or some shit like that. And it's one thing to get drug tested, and then for them to be like, okay, well, you can have your money, but you know, don't come up with these crazy stories and shit, because you tested positive and shit. And I think that's what she's trying to keep alive now, in case I do decide to leave one day, go somewhere or something, disappear and shit from here, and I go talk to somebody, I'm on drugs, and it's not believable, it has no credit because I'm on drugs. And I think that's what she's kind of doing. And at the same time, whatever, I, like I said, I don't do any hardcore drugs. I've I'll confess, I've smoked marijuana since I was 15, and that's pretty much it. I've gone on and off on it. Currently, I'm not smoking. I don't, you know, I don't feel the need to smoke, even though now that I'm not smoking, I'm going through the worst of this, especially now because they see that. So, my son was coming home on the weekends and bringing some fucking weed that had some shit in it. I mean, my kidneys were hurting. Like, it was just fucking bad. I don't know what the fuck it was. So I stopped smoking with him. And he comes home and he brings his little fucking wax and his weed and fucking little pens or whatever that got live resin or whatever the fuck it is and shit. He tried to blow it in my. Basically, we were watching UFC and he was in here smoking that shit and he blew it in the air, like knowing that I would fucking get a whiff of it and shit. And that's the type of shit they're doing, to try to, because they think every fucking Monday they think I'm gonna go, because right after the weekend and shit, like, oh, he has had time to think and shit or whatever the case is, and come Monday he's gonna want to go. So we gotta somehow fucking, I don't know if they're throwing the shit in the milk also. They're throwing something in the milk, dude. Every time I drink fucking milk, I'm falling asleep and shit, and which is fucking nuts. So can't even fucking drink milk. She's buying shit for food. It's nothing but pizza and waffles in this fucking house. Um, and that's what I eat. Sadly, I she's it's almost like she's been planning this for a while because everything now makes sense. A lot of fucking things just came together and made sense. This is why this is why that, this is why this. When I found out about the money, it's like everything just fucking exploded and yeah, that's just the way it was. It's insane. Um, but that's that's the way it's going right now. Like I said, sadly. Oh, another thing. When I was out in Vegas, I think she figured that I would try and use somebody's address. She figured she knows I make friends because I'm super friendly with people, especially where I work at. When all this time I've worked in maintenance, 3-4 years that I've worked in maintenance, like people love me. Like I worked at a senior home, a retirement home, and oh man, these people love me. Because I'm nice to people. And this place I was working last in Vegas, like um, the workers there were breaking into the mailboxes. So it got to the point where they were breaking the mailboxes. They were like apartment mailboxes, the ones they'll open the whole door and the mail guy throwing all his mail in there, for everybody. And it ended up getting to a point. I didn't know at the moment, but now that I think about it, later on, I was thinking about it, and I was like, it was all her. She had them do it because she thought I was going to use somebody's address because the people with this money mail uh mail to me under my name, and they would tell me, I'm sure it would say, hey, you got this amount of money, or this is going on, or that's going on. And you know I would find out where to go. And they basically didn't have the people there where I was working for a while, didn't have mail for a while. They were having to go to the mailbox, the actual mail building to get their mail, and they were pissed. And we were sitting there like, man, these thieves, they keep breaking into the mailbox. But little did I know, now that I think about it, it wasn't even them. It was my wife, the one that was making sure that I wasn't getting any mail. Somehow, some way, she thought that I would make friends because it's the person I am. I'm very friendly with people, and she figured like, oh, he's gonna get mail through somebody. Because, oh, that's another thing my parents weren't doing. They weren't letting me get the mail at a certain point. When they even figured when I was going to start getting mail at their house. So they would give me certain mail only. And I was another one. At a certain point, I wasn't allowed to go get the mail. And it was like just negativity after negativity. My mom ended up getting into a fight with me. She caused the whole fight, basically. And that's when I decided to get the hell out of there. And, like, that's basically what they were trying to do, get me to leave and shit. Even if it meant me living in my own car and shit, they didn't give a shit. And And they probably figured out I'd kill myself or some shit living in the car or something, you know. But I didn't, you know. And yeah, man. You know, I can't say, you know, my health is the best, mental or physical. Physical, I can say I can, you know, I'm still I'm battling this shit with the food here, and battling her basically, because anything I touch in here has got something that's making me gain weight like crazy. Um, like I said, you know, I don't know what it is, but I'm like having to eat every other fucking minute. I want to get up and do something. So I'm drinking water. You know, if I feel like eating, I just drink water. But I have before I was, you know, getting food. And it's like I'm running, getting food. I'm running, you know, and it's been so hard for me to lose weight, but I can run. You know, I've been able to run 2, 3 miles easy, you know, and I thank God for that. And you know, I can't say my weight is great, but um, I know physically inside I'm good. And you know, besides, like I said, you know, with all this bullshit with the, you know, going out to eat and people giving me shit and my food, like it's constant. It's very constant, and it's, you know, I look at my kids. My kids are sitting there, you know, like today, you know, like, oh, Dad, you're not going, like, and I'm like, fuck. You know, I really want to go with you guys. I really want to do stuff with you guys. But then again, it's her chance to be like, oh, yeah, he's fine. You know, he's going to go say shit, but he's going to go to a game with us and shit, you know? So can't do that. You know, it's sadly, I have to sacrifice and make those good times later, you know, with us. I can say, you know, me and my kids and I. And, but yeah, um, it's just so much going on. It's crazy. It's so much going on. I'm still battling her. You know, I got my other kid, Andrew. I don't know what his role is. Seems like he's the babysitter or some shit. Like he comes down here and checks on me. Has gone outside to check on me. Like if he's checking on me, I guess. You know, like I said, this whole thing, how it worked out, like how they did it, is, oh, I'm sick or whatever and shit. So they gotta have a caretaker. My son doesn't do shit. Don't go to school. Don't do nothing. The other one, Junior, he just barely started working. You know, not so long ago and shit. Probably to save his ass. That's probably what he was doing. But um, yeah, that's that's pretty much what how they're playing it off and shit. And I'm tired of playing their fucking game. You know, I didn't sign up for this shit. So you know, I want to get out there. Want to find my money. Want to get my money and do good for the people. Do good for the city of San Diego. You know, I got a lot of people to thank out in Vegas also that helped me out. You know, friends, true friends, I can say that sat there and talked to me, and like even though they knew who I was, because you know it was funny when I was out there, like people left and right, like, hey, you know, hi, people I didn't even know, and but now I know why and shit, you know, because I got money or whatever. But there was people that were true or kept it true, you know, to the best of their ability and shit, and you know, it is what it is. Like I said, if it's red and shit. If you see you look real, you're real and shit. So yeah, you know, mental health. I'm not gonna say I'm all there because I'm not. You know, a lot of us aren't. You as you can see, I'm going back and forth. You know, skipping, jumping into this, jumping into that. I realize that. You know, I know it's not great. You know, I'm not saying it's bad. I don't feel like I'm going insane or anything like that, but I do feel like I am struggling a little. You know, I could use a little break from my head, you know, from her feeding it so much shit, because it's just shit after shit, dude. Like guilt after guilt, 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 guilt. This is all it is for her. Like keep him guilty, you keep him here. Like that's basically what she's doing. And yeah, you know, Like I said, she's at a point of no return. She's she's set on what she's trying to do. She's done so much damage, and she knows that I know that she's trying to get rid of me, and that's basically where she's at. Now she's trying to kick me out, trying to get me to get the fuck out of here. Calling me a freeloader this and freeloader that, and I've been working all my life and shit, and not once have I ever told her shit like that. Um, Ever. Supported her, spent all my fucking paychecks on my kids and her, not to mention not knowing that I had all this money. All right, spending all my paychecks, and yeah, and I think that sick shit. Part of it was what was that word? I forgot. But it had to do something with me not being able to handle money and shit like that. And I started finding out because she was making sure that I had an empty bank account. That it was showing that I was just spending money like ridiculously. But I would have money and somehow, some way, oh, hey, I got into an accident. Hey, this happened. Oh, the kids need this. Like, oh, this happened. And she was sucking money out of me and shit. Oh, I hit a guy on the fucking street. We need to pay him every week or something, like shit like that. It has happened here in Mexico and shit. And little did I know, it was all a bunch of bullshit. It was just her fucking making shit up so I wouldn't have any money in my hand. So I wouldn't go. I didn't know lawyers took monthly payments. I didn't know that. I didn't know this shit. Now I do, because I've been investigating lately and shit, um, and yeah, and that now I see why she wanted me to keep an empty bank account, and that's pretty much it. That's what she does. That's what she's doing. I'm not sure if this is even live. There's nobody on, nobody. So I could be talking to myself here because she has been encrypting. I don't know. I don't know if she what she does. It says I'm live streaming on YouTube, and for all I know, she controls this shit too. So hopefully it gets out there. Um, if not, I guess we'll see. And but yeah, this is my up to date today. Um, like I said, I still gotta live. So if you guys see this shit on the, if you guys see me out there with her or whatever, it's because not because I want to be with her. It's everything I do now is for my kids. Her, she comes second, third, fourth, hmm. And that's it. There's no way to settle this shit. There's, all she wants is to just keep me here now. I will keep doing these on a daily. That way I could fucking keep the bullshit in check, I guess I can say. Because I know that she wants, like I said, I think she's putting shit on the internet on the daily, so people can fucking think, because I don't know how to do that. I have the Nord VPN thing and all that shit, but I don't have the website wherever the hell she's, and I really don't care about it, to tell you the truth. I don't have the website to sit there and defend myself, which I should be doing, but I'm doing this the only way I know how, and I don't even know if this is even gonna get out. Um, and hopefully it does. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm not afraid to answer anything. I'm not hiding anything, and I will not hide anything. And I'm a very friendly person. Anything can go, anything you can ask, I will answer. It's no problem. You know. Um, but yeah, today's what, the 27th, maybe Sunday, and 2021. All right, people. Be safe. God bless, and keep your heads up. Remember, when you think it's tough, there's always somebody out there that probably has had it tougher and shit. And keep your head up, and don't give in. Don't give in. Always strive for life because it's beautiful. No matter what you go through, it's beautiful. Don't keep your hopes up, and stay up, because it's there's a lot to live for. You know, a lot to live for. Shit. Besides your kids are a given. We wake up every day. Sometimes we take days for granted. And just think about it. If we're waking up every day, it's for a reason. God's not through with us. It's for a reason. You're waking up with a purpose and for a reason. Otherwise, we wouldn't be waking up. But plan your days. Have a great day, and I'm out.